All right. Awesome. So thank you, those of you who are coming on. And those of you who watch this later, thank you for taking the time to watch this. I don't want a single moment of this to be a waste of your time. Because if you're here or if you're watching this later, it means that you have a desire to learn how to use social media well with purpose in order so that you can expand this business or start it off or grow it, increase it, add people to your team, all of that, right? So social media does not have to be a waste of time. It's only a waste of time if we make it a waste of time, which I am guilty of. Please don't think for a minute that I use it every moment of the day perfectly. But I'm getting better at it. Just have to keep reminding myself. Stay focused. So, today, this Friday, and I'm actually going to start doing more of these, because I feel like for some of us, for some of us, we've already been on, I'm just gonna use Facebook as an example. We've been on Facebook before, like we're used to already posting a lot, sharing our life, interacting with people. And so for some of us, it has come easy to know how to use Facebook to get to know people and then message people and then invite them to Plexus, etc. But for a good amount of people, you've been on Facebook, but maybe you've not used it in that way. You've been there, you've used it to just see what other people are doing, but maybe you don't post a lot. And so any like that kind of stuff just feels maybe like to hear us say you need to do this daily, you need to be on Facebook daily, you need to be posting daily about your life and then about Plexus, it feels like, whoa, okay, I need to figure out how to do this. So that's what I want to actually start showing and having us act like do it, do the work after you learn it here. So I'm thinking of doing this frequently on Friday mornings, and giving people a chance to, number one, work together, but also do it with purpose and using it with understanding. So you're not like you hear us say, go post, and you're like, I don't even know what to post. Okay. So we're here to help you figure that out. Okay, so today, this morning, we're just going to focus in on using stories because everyone has everyone likes quick. They like to just look at people's stories and what they're doing in their life. And it's easy to just pop, 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 like through people's stories. And in stories, I love that social media has expanded to this because before it was just put up a post and that's it. But in your stories, you can like let people into your life. And I know for some people, they don't like that. But for us in Plexus, people need to see bits of us so they can get to know us better, so that there's trust built, so that we can have conversations with them about Plexus. So, and then that they want to do it with us. Okay. And stories are one of the ways, besides posting, stories are one of the ways to show this just the normalness about each of us, right? So, and everyone is going to have everyone has their own personality. Everyone has their own way of showing up, putting stuff out there on Facebook. You are not going to be like the next person. Some people might post similarly, but you're always going to post like you. Okay. So do not ever compare you to someone else. Okay. You can learn from other people who do it well, but always remember, this is how I do it. This is my personality. This is what I love. This is, that kind of thing. Okay. It's like you love the color pink, but someone else loves the color blue. All right. You both love the colors, but does that make sense? Sort of. Okay. So, what we're going to do for the next 10 minutes, and I'm going to set my timer on my phone. We are going to, and I'm pretty sure a couple of you on here have probably already done this today. I've already started doing this. We are going to socialize. I'm going to explain that really quick. Socializing on Facebook for 10 minutes. If you do this daily, like in your work week, when you sit down to work Plexus, it's going to give you so many more opportunities to connect with people and behind the scenes, be able to have messages sent, like sending messages to them about Plexus. Um, because when you take the time to scroll through with purpose, looking for people who are not using Plexus in your life, okay, and look at their posts and comment genuinely on them, like, oh, what was it? Like a funny, like somebody posting funny quotes because it's Friday. Okay, my aunt did this. Auntie Heidi did this. She put a bunch of funny quotes. That's her thing. She does it on Fridays. So if she wasn't using Plexus, well, I already went over there and I commented on it. But I would go and I would comment because I genuinely, it's funny and I want to comment on it. Okay. Someone's had a baby, go comment congratulations. Someone got married, go comment congratulations. Don't just like, you need to comment. Somebody's cleaning their house and organizing, they are taking pictures, go comment something. Okay, so taking 10 minutes to scroll through people who are not using Plexus and genuinely commenting on things they post about in their life is one way for the Facebook algorithm to be like, oh, um, Esther is interacting with all these people. So when Esther goes to post, and if she wants to be posting about Plexus this morning, more the algorithm is going to start showing her post to more people because she's already been interacting with people on Facebook. Does that make sense? Okay. You can also do the same thing in stories. Sometimes it doesn't have to be on people's posts. You can go to their stories and you can just scroll through and comment. Scroll through, comment. Like in the little message part of that story, scroll through, comment. Okay. The same thing. So we're going to do that for 10 minutes. I'm going to mute myself. And so I'm setting my timer. We're going to do that now. So go to Facebook, start commenting, and find people to comment and be a friend.
Oh, jeez. Um,
Okay, 1 minute and 13 seconds left. Okay, stop socializing. All right. So right now, that 10 minutes to me felt long because I'm doing it. I don't know. It felt long to me, but when I'm doing it on my own at the kitchen table with the kids around me, that 10 minutes goes fast. And so sometimes I don't always do that, but sometimes I do set my timer so that I stay on track with, yes, Jillian's nodding her head. You guys, it is easy to get distracted on social media. It's meant for entertaining or sort of, right? But connecting, but we mostly get entertained by it if we're not careful. So set your timer. You can get a lot accomplished in 10 minutes commenting on, a bunch of people's stories or posts. All right.
mhm.
So, the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to talk you through about stories because that's one way. And this is what I mentioned earlier in the week, how we want to make it a little bit more fun, a little bit easier and less scary for people, especially starting off doing this, who just don't feel confident on Facebook. Okay. But you really want to share Plexus, you want to learn how, but you just need the help. Okay. So I those of you who posted yesterday with the graphics or you did your own graphics, thank you for doing that. That is fantastic. I actually did mine this morning because I already had Plexus stuff posted yesterday and I wanted to leave a gap in there, not have all Plexus in my story. So I want to show you why this has worked for me. Um, it's another way to message people about Plexus. So in my stories, I'm gonna show you here in a second. So that's not Plexus. This is Plexus mixed with life, okay? Which is a great way to do that. So just briefly, I'm explaining, I took a picture this morning of myself, of my hand holding my pink drink on the couch after I was done reading my Bible, reading the book I'm going through, and journaling. And so this is one way of showing people just a normal, like your pink drink is your normal part of your normal daily routine. Okay. Um, so, okay, I'm going to scroll over because I was just sharing some ideas. Okay. So, what I wanted to do was I wanted to transition into sharing about Plexus this morning. So, I had Lillian sit on the couch with me and I said, "Hold my pink drink." And so I took a picture of us really quick and I typed out a little blurb about why I like the pink drink because it gets to root issues. Okay. Like, you don't have to get all sciencey and you shouldn't get all sciencey. You can just say why you like it. Okay. Take a picture. It doesn't have to be pretty. I have no makeup on. We're cuddling on the couch like it's the morning. Okay. Take a picture or whatever you have and however you want to do it. All right. Write a little blurb. Um, and then I moved over into a testimony. This is the one I sent out into my team chats yesterday, that I prepped for everyone. So it's a two-part one right there. And here's why, one really quick thing why we share testimonies is because number one, they're stories and everybody likes a story. We're wired to read stories. We're wired to be drawn to stories. Testimonies are stories. Scientific facts are not stories, those are boring. So don't worry about sharing those, okay? Share testimonies. If you don't know what to share and you're having a day where your world is crazy and but you're like, I have to get Plexus posted. Go grab testimonies and put them in your stories. So one thing I like to do, the thing I wanted to talk to you about is this. It's fun because you don't have to overthink this. You simply grab someone's testimony. If you need to screenshot it, crop it down, you can do that in your phone. We can have a lesson on that later for people who are not confident in that. And once you post it, obviously people start watching it, right? So what I do is let me see. Okay. So here I posted the pink drink, like I said. So here's the testimony, part 1. Part 2, I go all the way over to my last graphic. That's a Plexus graphic. Okay. And I look at the viewers. Now, I posted this morning, literally like maybe an hour, half hour ago. So there's only 4 people that have viewed this. Tomorrow, there'll be way more. Okay. So I might not use this. I might not do that. I'm going to go back to some of my stuff from yesterday. Okay. But in your views, you should all be at this point right now at the graphic that says triplex. Okay. And tap on your views. And in your views, I can do it with my friend Emily. I've been following up with her. And so she's open to it. So I'll do it. I'm going to type in the chat. And for those of you who are watching the recording, I will be sharing the script with you. But in the chat, let me type this out super quick. So just this is an example. So whatever your friends' names are, okay, replace the names. Would you like to use these products? Do you feel like you have a need for them? Or, Sue, can I send you a short 3-minute video about these products? So I'm going to tap on my friend Emily right here. And I can right here type one of those very short, clear, straightforward messages to her. Okay. So I've already followed up with her a ton. I'm actually going to give her some breathing space. So I'm not going to actually send that to her right now. But if you've gone into your stories and you haven't messaged anyone off of that graphic, this triplex graphic, look at your viewers. Oops, sorry about that. Look at your viewers, and a lot of you should have people who are non-Plexus people who have viewed the testimony, the 2-part testimony and the graphic, and you can send any kind of question you want to send to them, or you can use the ones I put here in the chat. Do you feel like you have a need for these products? Can I send you a short video? Would you like to use these products? Something like that. Okay. I use Facebook and Instagram stories. So I go to both places and look at my stories in both places. And whoever has watched those stories, who is non-Plexus person, and if there's somebody that I haven't been already following up with for a long time, I will send them messages like this. So I'm going to set my timer. I'm going to give you, because honestly, I think a lot of you in here, I know some of you are already I think Jillian and Crystal do this a lot. Esther, I don't know if you do this. I think you might do this sometimes. But I have talked with different gals on my team, and when I've discovered how many people will watch their stories, I've been blown away, and there is a gold mine of conversations that could be being had in there. I have some people who have 50 to 100 people who will watch their stories whenever they post just anything to their stories. And I'm like, what are you doing? Okay, go to your stories and put some plexus in there, come back several hours later and you can send out so many messages to people. And it's so much easier because here's the thing, they've watched those plexus stories. You now have an open door to clearly ask them any question based on that. Would you like to use these? Could I send you a 3-minute video about this? Um, I will also share what 3-minute video I have been personally using because I like it because it explains the triplex much better. So I will share that. Um, I'm going to set my timer right now. We're going to do 8 minutes. Yes. Oh, yes. Great way to follow up. Absolutely, Crystal. Yes. She typed in here, great way to follow up as well through your stories. Yeah. I'm going to set my timer for 8 minutes. Hannah. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to set my timer and I'm going to answer your question, Hannah. I'm going to do 8 minutes. So some of you on here who haven't messaged people from your Plexus stories, go do that now. You can use the scripts I gave you. Hannah, that is something I am working on. So Hannah asked for the people who are watching the recording, one second. For the people who are watching the recording, Hannah asked in the chat here, I have messaged all of my regular story watchers. Do you have ideas for getting new views? So that is something I am actively working on because I generally have a lot of the same people watching my stuff. It includes a mix of people on my team, sidelines, non-Plexus people, but the non-Plexus people I have already reached out to multiple times. And so I am working on doing new friend requests, being more involved in Facebook groups to socialize, to build relationships, and then making more effort to socialize on Facebook, like we did for the first 10 minutes. Um, you may find days and even weeks where you have to almost spend more time socializing, like commenting on more and more people's posts, um, who are not using Plexus, on Facebook in order to get more, for the algorithm to get more eyes on your Plexus stories, like so that Facebook shows your stories to more people and shows your posts to more people. That's where I'm at this point. Um, and that's something I'm actually going to dive into more next Friday. So that's like the second part to this. I'm going to show people how to connect with people, make new friends, that kind of thing. So I'm going to mute myself right now, go check some of my other stories and see if I can send out some messages okay, 5 minutes left on my timer. Okay. We have like 30 seconds left, but I'm gonna stop there. Um, let's see. So you're still sending a message or two, that's totally fine. The Zoom will be over here in just like 2 minutes. So I want to wrap this up. So does anyone have any questions about how to use your stories? Like with the activity we just did? Does anyone have any questions? Please feel comfortable to unmute yourself and ask.
Can I just say something really quick that I have learned through, through doing this is like, don't make a million stories because you will lose people throughout the way. So like the shorter and sweeter, and you're going to build confidence when you see, it says my internet isn't stable, so I hope you guys can hear me. But you'll build more confidence if you have like 10 story slides and your first one is like 50 viewers and then your last one is like 10. You're going to think that there's something wrong with you and the way that you share. You're just sharing too much. Share like 5 stories at most if you want to be able to do like a task like this where you start reaching out to people because you want people to view everything that you're talking about.
Yes. Yes, that is a really good reminder. It's actually something I personally need to work on as well. Yes, simple and sweet. It can just be testimonies like I had you do with those graphics, and then boom, a product video. Okay, or product graphic, okay? And then you've had people watching it, and then you can go through and message. And the more you do this all throughout the week, this is going to simplify and shorten the amount of time you're spending on your income producing activity. Not that I want you to rush through any of it, we want it to be purposeful. We want it to be impactful, having good conversations with people, inviting people to Plexus, but it's going to take some of the guesswork out of who do I message? Who am I reaching out to? So we're going to end now. And I will make any announcements and all that for next Friday on what we're going to do then. Thank you so much for coming on, and I will get the scripts and the recording of all that sent out. Thank you guys. Have a good Friday.